I'm gonna insert myself into Cyberpunk 2077 using RGB lights and the magic mask in DaVinci Resolve. You see, lately I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077. And I've also dabbled in virtual production. So I got the idea to use what I've learned to put myself into Cyberpunk 2077. But there's a huge problem. In order to convincingly place myself into the neon-lit streets of Night City, I need to make sure that I match the lighting when I film myself in the real world. You see, the streets of Night City are all lit with neon lights. That's when a Christmas miracle happened.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas!
Wow! The Easter Bunny!
Here you go.
Thanks! A company called Pixel, who specializes in manufacturing camera accessories, they sent me 2 RGB LED panels. And all they asked was for me to use it to make something fun and interesting. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Step 1. Capture the world. At first I wanted to get Night City into the Unreal Engine 5 engine. Why? Well, so I could use all the virtual production tools that they have on offer. For example, syncing the in-game camera with the real camera and getting complete camera control. However, building up Night City in Unreal Engine 5 would take far too long. So instead I went to capture a few locations in-game. At least this way I can pick some iconic places. Step 2. The outfit. I wanted to look like somebody who might fit into the cyberpunk world without, getting cybernetic implants. So I put on this cool coat that has a high collar, because apparently all the jackets in Cyberpunk universe have high collars. And on top of my outfit, I went with these dope sunglasses. It looks like something Bateau or Adam Jensen would wear. Step 3. Setting up the lights and filming. Alright, so I got my professional LED panels and I can start simulating the lights in the scene. But I have a big problem. My studio is super small. Let me show you. Here you go. This would be my green screen. There's no way I can move around in this little space and somehow be creative. It ain't possible. But that's what filmmaking is all about. Finding creative solutions. Let me zoom you back in. You see, I have a secret up my sleeve. It's not actually up the sleeve. That's just a figure of speech. You see, in my last video, I discovered an amazing tool in DaVinci Resolve. You can actually mask out moving subjects super quickly without a green screen using a tool called the magic mask. Anyway, stick around and I will show you how it's done once we get into the editing. So because I don't need a green screen, I filmed all the scenes in my living room, taking care to match how the light hits me with how the light may hit me in the in-game scene. The P80 pixel LED panels are super easy to use, and the size is just right. Big enough to cover a decent spread, but small enough to be put on a fairly lightweight small stand and move them around. The lights are incredibly versatile, allowing me to adjust the hue, saturation, and strength, and I can even sync up the lights when I need them to cast the same settings. For the first shot, I wanted to start with something simple, and I went with this vending machine scene. The overall scene is lit with a blue cast with a strong pink light emitted from the vending machine. I think I matched the shot quite well. Next, I went with a cyan-lit tunnel right outside the Afterlife bar. I wanted this scene to be a bit of a close-up introduction shot, so I focused on being clear in the middle of the frame with 2 cyan lights on opposite sides of me. Now to the right of the tunnel is actually the entrance to the Afterlife bar. Here you have teal and pink lights stacked on top of each other. I have both of my lights stacked up like this, so you can see that the lower part of me is lit cyan, upper part is pink. Hopefully this will make a convincing effect when I walk into the Afterlife. This shot turned out fantastic. Inside the Afterlife bar, you have a very strong green hue, but actually there's more of a yellow light cast coming through. But then there's also a sort of neutral cool light coming from behind the bar. Pulled out another one of my big softbox lights here, and then I have the yellow on top and the green at the bottom. My favorite shot by far is this one right here with the iconic hologram koi carp in front of Arasaka Tower. Do you think if this video gets 10,000 views, I can get an office in Arasaka Tower? 10,000 views! Actually, most of the people watching my content are not subscribed. If you've watched this far into the video and you're still enjoying it, maybe you can consider subscribing. Or even if you just like the vibe and you want to hang out with me more, then yeah, you're always welcome to join. So anyway, back to the koi carp scene. For this shot, I put one of the panels down on the floor with the teal spread. And then I used the other panel with orange high up with high intensity and saturation. And I used it to spotlight me from behind, creating an orange outline on my shoulders and hair. Step 4, the magic. Editing. Now we have all the pieces All that's left to do is to put them together. You can pat yourself on the back, you've done a great job so far. And actually, because of all the things we've done now, there's not a lot we need to do in post. Basically, we just have to mask out me and then place me into the scenes. Easy. And then theoretically, the light should match the scene because of all the preparation we did. So it's time for me to show you the magic mask, which I promised earlier in the video. The magic mask lets you draw a blue line on areas that you want in the shot, and then a red line on all the things you don't want. Then you click a button, and the software tracks you throughout the scene. And just like that, the masking of the object becomes as easy as clicking a button. Imagine if filmmakers had this before. How many hours of life and effort would we have saved? Heck, even just a year ago, I was filming a music video where I had to mask out the actress as she became saturated with color, but everything else was black and white. And I had to draw the mask frame by frame. If I was editing this music video now, it would take me less than a minute. If you want to try this yourself, just find the magic mask on the color page and start doodling. Hit this button here to highlight the selected area. The red area shows what's going to be in the scene. And then you can play around the values here to get a better quality mask. I generally raise the blur radius slightly, just so that the subject blends more into the background. Then make sure you connect your node with an alpha output. This tells DaVinci to ignore everything outside the mask. I found that doing the mask separate from all my other color nodes yielded the best results and performance. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Honestly, I'm super proud of how well this turned out. Like, just how well I match in the scenes with basically no post-processing VFX, thanks to the LED panels and planning ahead. In hindsight, I trusted the magic mask a little bit too much. You see, I struggled sometimes to track my skin over the white walls. And then my desk and my computer monitor mixed in with my black coat. So basically, the magic mask is not foolproof. I just had to go in and fix a little bit here and there. So the lesson here is that while the magic mask is nearly perfect, it helps if you have a different colored background. In the end, this project helped me learn a lot more about lighting. Trying to reverse engineer the scenes that I picked in the game was a super fun experience. Most scenes turned out pretty good, with one exception in this bar. I was too bullish on the pink light, and holding a reflective glass isn't the best idea for magic mask. So that's another area where the magic mask will fall short, masking out transparent objects. The P80 lights were a joy to work with. Having versatile RGB LED panels like this will allow me to dive deeper into virtual production in the future. And they're small enough that they're easy to pack away, as opposed to these big boys that I have in the studio. So whenever I need to film something around in the apartment or bring my lights somewhere else to a different location, I'll definitely bring the P80 lights with me. If you're looking for affordable and powerful lights for your YouTube channel or production, if I were you, I would consider the P80 lights. They're affordable and they're kind of like this one and done lights, and they don't take up too much space. Click the description down below to learn more about these lights. If you enjoyed this video, then leave me a comment down below, tell me which scene you like the most, hit the subscribe button, and check out this other video that I made. Okay, bye.